Okay. There's a good chance that these are actually right. A lot of people are getting cease and desist from Nintendo, and they're telling everybody to take these down. Originally, I just wanted to come here to see what exactly was removed from the game and how certain Pokemon came to be. I don't really play the games anymore because whatever. But it is interesting to know like what's the beta secrets behind everything in these games. So I'm gonna look at some certain things, and you guys can also. Hopefully, this video does not get taken down by Nintendo, and I do not get killed by their ninjas. So let's have fun here. So it's pretty interesting right here. Feraligatr seems to be pretty much the same. Here's this thing that we've seen in the Space World leaks, the early water starter. Interestingly, here we have Totodile, and I think it actually looks better than the one we have now. Uh, this has like an old anime feel, if anything. Seems we have some alternate Bulbasaur sprites. I do like this one in the center. It's very similar to the anime stuff. I do like his confused expression, and I think they should have kept that in. I have no fucking idea what the hell this shit is. Is this supposed to be like maybe it's that like baby Vulpix that we've seen before, which was also in the Space World. This might just be a really early version of it. I do know that before in the first generation, instead of making the art first, they made the sprites first. So maybe this is how they decided to do Gen 2 also, like very early on. All right, Dragonite fucking sucks. I'm just glad we don't have this one, because then it would suck even more. This is probably one of the worst fucking designs I've ever seen. I can't tell if it's a Scyther or Scizor, but I'm pretty glad we got the ones we got instead. This isn't just a leftover, madam. So yeah, it's just an updated Farfetch'd evolution. The early one that we got instead of the one we have now, which is Surfetch'd. Here's some alternate Slowpoke sprites. They're all pretty good, actually. An alternate Phanpy sprite where he's just sitting down. Kind of hard to fuck up Phanpy. Alternate Porygon. I really like this one. Okay, the reason I came back is because of this shit. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, look at this shit. He has no fucking. I don't know why. I just saw this shit. I just came back. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Well, this is interesting. I've seen this first one from the Space World leaks, but he had antennas and like almost like rooster crest, if anything, before. Delibert's kind of interesting. Some alternate Venonat sprites. That back sprite's kind of intimidating. I don't like the fact that you can see his eye from behind. Here's some Slowking sprites. This thing has actually stayed pretty consistent throughout their designs. Politoed has had like a ridiculous amount of different sprites. I really don't like that one. The tentacle one is really good though, that you've seen before probably. Yeah. Oh, Quagsire looks like Quagsire. Pretty good. I know a lot of people don't like Space World Hitmon top, but I actually think it's way better than the one we got. The one on the top over here is probably closest to the one that we actually do have now, and you can kind of see how they've changed over time. I do miss that the one we had at last. It looks the most monstrous to me, the one with three eyes, because I'm pretty sure that thing in the center is actually just another eye. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Hmm. Well, we can see how Apom has changed over time. It's become. It started out as more like actually looking like an animal. Kind of looks like a gremlin. And as it goes up to the top, it becomes more like the one we know today. Here's some more Totodile. I unfortunately think that Totodile's gotten worse with each revision, strangely enough. Here's our blackface girl. Honestly, I don't give two shits about Jinx, but it looks pretty similar between all of them, except for this one, which is actually kind of weird looking. More Flareons, don't really care. Magby, also don't care. Wow, I kind of like this one. This is Noctowl, not Hoodoo. Oh, this is Hoodoo. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good actually. We can see how Mantine has changed over time. This early Space World one is one that a lot of people have seen. They really like this one. We can see how it's changed to the Mantine we know now. So here's the early one. It becomes more of like an evil. It keeps some of the evil like eyes that the early one had over here. And here's the most recent one. There's the one that we actually have now, which just has the dots for eyes. Wow. Glad we finally have an amputee Pokemon, or we would have with this weird ass Blissey. Seems mostly they're just trying to find out the shape here, so nothing too interesting. What the fuck is this? This looks like fucking Shadow the Hedgehog. Look at his face. It looks like that fucking like cat meme. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna try to find a picture and hopefully put this video up before it gets taken down. Whatever. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this looks like Sonic. This is Sneasel. This thing looks nothing like fucking Sneasel. This thing has changed the most out of any Pokemon I've seen. What the fuck? This has to be. This is real. Oh my god, Mantine looks fucking terrifying with teeth. It is interesting to see the torpedoes are more pronounced. A lot of people who've seen early Remoraid and Octillery have probably seen this also. Because early Remoraid looked more like a pistol. It's still supposed to be a pistol, but it's supposed to be more not completely obvious. And Octillery was supposed to look more like a tank. It's pretty interesting to see that early Mantine had the torpedoes more pronounced. Well, as this comment says, it's literally just baby Tyranitar. That early. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'll try to blow it up on the actual video, which is just in editing. I'll probably edit that out or not. I don't really give a shit. Wow. Gligar's pretty fucking cool. I don't know why the metal Ditto is on here. So maybe that got maybe parts of this got put into the design, but I don't really see it. Because this thing is supposed to be a Ditto evolution that you would have gotten by trading it with a metal coat. This is clearly Gligar. Maybe it got changed in different things. Huh. Yeah, Sneasel's changed so fucking much. And the complete opposite here. Heracross has pretty much been exactly the same throughout most of its design phases. Same for Snubbull. It had more of like a clown gestury like neck thing and become less pronounced. I really miss I kind of wish we got this Tangela pre-evolution. I probably would have just had this thing and not evolved it at all. It is interesting to see Sentret with these two alternate kind of forms. The one on the bottom really looks like somebody see out of like a Toby Fox game or something. Blossom's pretty much stayed the same. They changed the color of the central part and the eyes, which is all I pretty much see. Spinarak looks like a fucking mess. Let's just be honest here. Same thing for Ariados. Meryl's become less mouse-like, if anything. Oh my god, that's fucking terrifying. This thing looks more like just a bunch of worms put together. Early Shuckle's fucking terrifying, and it almost looks like it hates itself too. Look at this thing. Its expression. Here's Igglybuff. Doesn't change much. They just changed the way the hair looks. They just added a little puff. Politoed. Yeah, that's Politoed. Apparently, this is something in there. More Politoed. Here is Furret, and this thing looks really weird. In its earlier forms. I am really glad we got the one we did get, cause yeah, not too much of a fan of the early one. Jump ups looks pretty much the same. More Quagsires. They just changed the eyes and added shading. Uh so they're really holding on to this middle evolution for a while. And the leaf looks a little bit different. Huh. This is really interesting here. We can see that the early Space World mid evolution was phased out into Bayleaf pretty early on, actually. Uh, but it actually kept this little weird uh, indent in both forms for quite a while. They took it out of Chikorita, but Bayleaf seemed to keep it. That's pretty interesting. Here's all the different forms of Pichu. This one kind of looks like, I don't know, Dene, I guess. I don't know. It's too many Pikachu clones now, but yeah. Yeah, Dragonair. Just had a lighter version. Hmm. Cyndaquils look pretty much the same. Just used to stand up, and that doesn't look too good actually. Here's some Murkrow sprites. Looks pretty much the same. Angry Jigglypuff. That's pretty good. The fuck is this? Oh, okay. I see what it is. This is still Zubat. This is clear. This is not a different like uh permutation of it. This is just the general body shape they're trying to find for this sprite. So it's pretty much stayed the same. I fucking love this Raichu. Uh, huh. Hmm. You got Misty with no ponytails. That's kind of weird. Hmm. Paris has got more splotchy. Diglett and Doug Trio. So Doug Trio just got less angry over time because I'm always saying it seems to go like from the bottom to the top to be more modern. I guess Silver was originally supposed to have, I don't know, silver hair. Honestly, the people characters aren't too interesting to me. I'm more here for the Pokemon. Hmm. And yeah, I remember these early Gen One sprites of Mod Champ. Actually, that's a different one. This one looks more like Machoke. It just has four arms. But God, this is a fucking mess. You can barely see what this shit is. Hmm. Tentacles look pretty much the same. They just changed the posing. Got a lot of Slowpoke sprites. Wow. It got much better with Dodrio. The early one looks pretty amateur. To be honest, yeah. I'm honestly not a fan of this Pokemon anyway. But it looks pretty much the same. Kabuto just got indents. Haunter looks pretty much the same. Drowsy just changed the posing. Here's Krabby and Kingler, or maybe just Krabby. Yeah, I remember this early ass sprite of Execute. Yeah, I'm so glad we have these more recent designs. 'Cause these early ones are not too good. It is interesting that Bulbasaur seems to be standing upright, like the other two starters. I wonder why they changed that. Because I've seen parts of Venusaur, not Ivysaur, the middle one. It also seems to stand up on his back. I'm just wondering why they changed that. Hmm. It looks like they one of the biggest changes they did was actually add arms because there's just an arm here. Looks like they just added that and changed it later. Early Slugma.